he could have kept going.
Swimming has become his favorite discipline, and this passion and hard work has paid off. 2 weeks ago, he broke his 30-second barrier in a 50 free at a Minnesota Masters meet with a 28, a feat he thought was impossible. Now at his first USMS Spring Nationals, Ryan is stepping onto the national stage. Many on-set adult swimmers never dare to reach. He's seeded last in his events, but he didn't hesitate to take on this opportunity. For Ryan, the placement is secondary to the experience. Four, 6, and 7. In Heat 1, I have Everett Smithhurst in 4, swimming the 100 free from Nova Aquatics at the age of 90. Norman Grieve from Rocky Mountain, age of 90, in lane 6. And in 7, William Van Horn, Olympic Club at the age of 86. And that was William winning Heat 1 of 122.72.
All right, while Coach Plummer is trying to find where to turn the heat on, he's also looking for a relief timer for lane 8 on the even side. If we get someone to come on down and help us out. In lane 1, we have William Burson. Lane 2, James Harwood. Lane 3, Richard Burns. Lane 4, Richard Abraham. Lane 5, James Elder. Lane 6, James Hagafrey. Lane 7, Mark Vinoge. Lane 8, Edward Rudliff. Lane 9, Ron Cox. And in lane 10, Carlin Soundbeck.
We've got some great swims going on, Cody. Thanks to the Northside Swim Center staff, San Antonio Sports for hosting this event. Today's a great day to express gratitude. When you see our folks, thank them for the great job they're doing. And this also wouldn't be possible without all of our officials and our volunteers. Thank you to all of you. I have Wayne in 1, Bruce Rollins in 2, in 4, Alan Bernard, in 5, Lee Childs, in 7, Bob Couch, Edward Wallace is in 8, and Greg Thompson is in 9. We have Don Clement in 2, Alexander Hendry in 3, Doug Burgess in 4, Matt Vogel in 5, Steve Lintz in 6, Ralph Boyard in 7, and David Butenmuller in lane 8 down in the even pool, swimming heat 4. And your winner of heat 3 is Lee Childs from Sarasota Sharks. In Heat 5, I have Larry Kravitz in 1. In 3, Michael O'Donohue in 3. Brian Voisard in 4. Tom Coltis in 5. Don Donahue in 6. Larry Colton in 8. Tom Phipps in 9. And Mark Hepworth in lane 10.
Down on the far side, we have heat number 6 in lane 1, Alan Ueki. Lane 2, Dick Worrell. Lane 3, Larry Crosser. Lane 4, Richard Bauman. Lane 6, Rick Abbott. Lane 7, Dean Fuchs. Lane 8, Phil Dodson. Lane 9, Eric Van Boer. And in lane 10, Barry Mandel.
And winning lane Heat 5, Cody, in lane 5 was Tom Coltis from Rose Bowl Masters. 59.48. Nice swim. Todd Rogers is in 1. Andrew Auerbach in 2. Charlie Rain in 3. James Mullen in 4. Dale Charette in 5.
Got him. Yep.
In 6 is John Atchison. Peter Foster's in 7 and Rob Floyd in 8. Greg Johnson is in 9 for Heat 7. In Heat 8, Jeffrey Pedelty, Chuck Burrs in 2, Heinz Hercher in 3, Ed Suzuki in 4, Dan Shahan in 5, Vince Ackerson in 6, William Lawson III in 7, 8, Richard Vale, 9, Chuck Storvik, and 10, Tom Wiseman. Dale Charette from Palm Beach Masters in lane 5 with a time of 100.62, or is that a 108? I think that's an 8. Nice swim, gentlemen. Heat 9, lane 1, Jim Alkire. In 2, Joseph Majera. 3, Glenn Whiston. 4, Stephen Fuselier. 5, Dennis Fisher. 6, Brian Tide. David Johnson in 7, Mike Phillips in 8, Greg Joseph 9, and Charles Michaels in 10.
Down on the far side, we have heat number 10 in the water. Lane 1, Bob Welchin. Lane 2, Mark Collins. Lane 3, Gregory Oxley. Lane 4, Bill Sherman. Lane 5, Bruce Koch. Lane 6, Greg Meek. Lane 7, Guy Davis. Lane 8, Nick Morrell. Lane 9, Boyd Black. And in lane 10, Maxwell Stinchone.
And a close race in heat 9. Greg Joseph from Lone Star Masters wins with a time of 1:00.11. And lane 3, Glenn Whiston. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Glenn just got done swimming. Got James Chalky in 1, John Sutter 2, James Brower 4, Stephen Ritchie in 6, Doug Hammond in 7, David Paulos in 8, and Russell Hubbard in 9.
For event 12 in lane 1, Sheehan. Lane 2, Smith. Lane 3, Migler. Lane 4, Wise. Lane 5, Rawl. Lane 6, Gallivan. Lane 7, Young. Lane 8, O'Neill. Lane 9, Folly. And in lane 10, Perry.
All right, Steve Ritchie, 102.17, wins heat 11. Nice swim, Steve.
Taking the win for heat number 12 of 59.17 from Minnesota, Mitch Perry.
I've got Michael in 2, Greg in 3, John in 4, Michael Bergman in 5, Calvin Mauman in 6, Chris Burnbridge in 8, Tim Blackwood in 9 for heat 13. And Calvin with a time of 50.70 wins heat 13. And Calvin swims unclassified.
Taking the win with a 50.33 from the Masters of South Texas, Steve Nichols.
I have Mirko in 1, Bryant in 2, Nathan in 4, Henry in 5, James in 7, Sean Donaldson 8, Jose in 9, and Luis in lane 10.
First 16 in lane 1, we have Patrick. Lane 2, John. Lane 3, Mike. Lane 4, Steven. Lane 5, Mark. Lane 6, Larry. Lane 7, Robert. Lane 8, Michael. Lane 9, Brian. And in lane 10, Paul.
In lane 5 with a time of 55.85, swimming for Alamo Area Masters, Alamo Heights, is Henry Forrester.
Taking the win with a 1:00:06, Larry Balkus.
Good swim, Mike. Good swim, Flame.
Going in their final 25.
Paul is in 1, Brad in 2, David 3, Kurt 4, Steve 5, Don 7, Andrew 8, Craig 9, Jorge in 10. And here we come for Heat 17. Is lane 7, Don Appleby from Rocker Racing with a time of 56.15.
Looks to be another outside smoke, potentially taking the win on the far side. Can't count him out for the count. 5 yards to go. And representing Landshark Aquatics, wrong lane. Representing Rocky Mountain with a time of 53.68, Douglas Mosteller.
I have Lawrence in 2, Bob in 4, Richard in 5, Stephen in 6, Rob in 7, James in 8, and David in 10. Got a nice race going on here in Heat 19. Richard Patino with a slight lead, and he does it with a time of 50.58 from Central Alabama, Richard Patino.
Coming in first with a time of 55.22, representing Jim Montgomery Masters, Jason Vinton.
Heat 21, I've got Mark in 1, Cliff 2, Matthew 3, Tucker in 4, Justin 5, Timothy in 6, Art in 7, Benjamin in 8, Dale in 9, and Carl in 10. Man. A great swim. Tim O'Neill from North Carolina. 50 years old, swimming a 47.68. Woo! Nicely done.
That is the definition of setting the example for future generations. Taking the win down the far side with a 49.35, representing New Albany, Devin Peachtrack.
We've got Abel in 1, Michael in 3, Andrew 4, Juan in 5, Michael in 6, Matthew in 7, Johnny in 8. They're swimming too fast to get last names and team.
Coming into the wall first for heat number 23 with a 52.76, Andrew Ganon. Taking the win on the far side with a 52.31, Matthew Whitford.
I've got Derek in 1, Brian in 2, Brett 3, Pablo in 4, Andrew in 5, Adam 6, Ayindi in 7, Tracy 8, Martin 9, and George 10.
Taking the win with a 49.12, Andrew Babcock.
As we would tell you, pace yourself. Yeah. I don't know anything about that, but I'd say that sounds like a good plan. Heat 27, I have Rogelio in 1, Benjamin in 2, Cornelius in 3, Jeff in 4, Trent 5, Josh 6, Travis 7, Adam 8, Mike 9, Christopher 10.
Woo! Josh Otis, 50.92.
50.92, Josh Otis, swimming unclassified. Nice swim, gentlemen.
A very close finish on the far side, but out touching by a smidge with a 47.53, Daniel Lolano.
Hang on. Brendan Chu from Cowtown wins heat 29.
Close races here for the last few heats. Coming into the wall first on the far side with a 52.62, Dustin Schneider.
Kevin Schuster from Longmont, Colorado Masters wins heat 31, 49.77. Great swims.
All right, our officials are making some adjustments here, so I think we deserve a dance break. We're in need of a timer for lane 8 on the even side, so while you're dancing on your way out, move your way down to lane 8 on the even side. All right, who's got the best dance moves? You started early. I see you guys dancing. If you can dance, you can time. Come on, Miss Jen. I know you know the dance.
I think you guys need to give a big hand to my counterpart over here. Cody's had great music playing for you all weekend. Does a great job up here. Thanks, Cody.
I didn't do it. Just know, Anjali's auctioning me off for a free dinner date. She said the bid starts at $1. She has the $1 right now.
Heat 33, I've got Jeffrey in 1, Bradley 2, Bobby in 3, Max 4, Kyle 5, Drew 6, Ben 7, Rob 9, and in 10 is Thomas.
Cruising into the wall here, coming in with a time of 48.08, Jeff Inge.
Right now the slight lead is Drew Modrov. A great race going on in the odd pool. Drew and Ben. Woo. Looks like Drew from Agua with a time of 45.74.
All right, Sheila, the new bid for me is $2. You've been outbid.
In 1, I've got Neil, 3, Eric, 4, Aaron, 5, Elliot, 7, Chandler, Cameron is in 8, and Brad in 10.
Taking the win with a 52.69, Matt Joseph Converse.
Out in lane 10, I've got Brad Eichenseer with a lead at the 50.
A lot of these athletes from this point on are 52s and belows. Are we going to see any records here on the fast side of the men's heats?
Cameron Green with a time of 50.77 wins heat 35. Nice race to the end, guys.
All right, we're holding again. And Scott, I just got told the new bid for me is $50, but I have to drive. I'm up to 50. I didn't think I was worth $1, let alone 50. Yeah. All right, let's see, what other dance song can I play here?
Here's another short story that was submitted by Braden Lawfer. It says it's not much of a story here, but he figured he'd share it anyway. He said this is his first Masters Nationals, as well as his first year of swimming Masters. He says he's got a background in swimming, swam for college at the United States Naval Academy. But since he graduated in 19, it's hard to find a pool or a race. He recently had a desire to race again. He started the Masters this past November after a 10-month deployment. He's a lieutenant in the Navy and a naval flight officer out of Point Mugu, California. He swims with Ventura County Masters whenever work allows, and he's thoroughly enjoyed his time swimming in Southern California thus far, and is looking forward to seeing some old friends from college swimming days and racing again on the national stage. Thank you, Braden, for your service. We're glad you're here. Hope you're having a great time.
Let's all give also a great big round of applause to Coach BJ and Mr. Terry getting our touchpads fixed on the far side. Those two like hiding behind the scenes, but they're the ones that keep these touchpads and all that jazz running. Thank you to all of our Northside staff.
You got 'em moving. You got 'em moving, Cody.
I do have people in the stands moving.
I'm staying seated.
Can you say that again?
$50 for this. Could be yours.
To the right, to the right. Get it, Lily. Get it, Lily.
We need a relief timer. 2 of them, actually. 1 in lane 8 and 1 in 3 down in the even pool. Lane 3 and lane 8. Relief timer, please.
Look, even dancing with a baby on the hip. There we go.
Like a kiss cam sort of situation. Not a kiss cam, but like a just pick.
Here's another inspirational story. This was submitted by Stephanie Stone 3 years ago at this meet. Tragedy struck 5 days before the meet. Her only sibling brother, who was also a swimmer, took his life. She trained super hard for the meet, but in devastation couldn't imagine swimming. Her awesome fellow teammates supported and convinced her to swim anyways. It was hard, but so amazing. All the love she felt, even from those that knew her tragedy. The swimming family is truly a blessing during difficult seasons of life. I ended up swimming well under the circumstances and was even on a national record-breaking relay. His funeral was the day after on Sunday, so she had to leave early, but it was worth coming to the meet. She wanted to do this meet as a memorial to him in his honor, James T. Langham III. I miss and love you lots. Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing that story.
We're in need of a few relief timers on the even side, lane 8 and lane 3. And then Anjali just said she takes the bid for $51. She said she wants sushi. So now I'm up to $51.
Cody, I love the pause so I can share some of these inspirational stories. Here's a real short one from Adam Brown. My dad, Paul Brown, and myself have been traveling to nationals each year for over 10 years. Now we've added my daughter, Lucy Brown, to come along with us, and we hope to have a relay together this year. Well, we hope so too. Another inspirational story. My name is Tim Tully, and I've been competing in my first Masters Nationals in San Antonio. To say it's been a journey and getting here would be an understatement. I saw you may want some personal stories. He wants to share his. He swam his whole life through college and then, quote, retired. He went into coaching but didn't get back into the water, and he actually developed a resentment against the sport because he didn't succeed in the way he wanted to. Long story short, alcohol and drugs took a front row seat in his life for several years. After overdosing in 22 and needing several life-saving surgeries, it's a miracle he was able to talk, walk, and function normally again. He did lose part of a finger and had some heavy battle scars, but because of how beat up his body was, swimming was the only sport that he could work out and not feel too much pain. In the past 2 years, he's fallen in love with the sport again with a different perspective. He says, "I swim for myself and my health, not for times or wins." Swimming has been instrumental in his recovery. It helps me meditate, start my day fresh, and push myself to healthy limits. It's been immensely positive for his mental and physical health. And he owes this to his brother Brendan, who are both competing, as this swimming has helped mend their relationship more than he could have imagined. The upcoming trip to nationals will be his first time they actually spend quality time together since his addiction began. I owe all this to Brendan because he was the one who suggested to get back in the pool because it would be good for me. And it has honestly saved my life. Thank you for these stories, and congratulations to Tim and Brendan. We hope you're having a great time and your reconnection is stronger than ever.
All right, while they're wrapping up, I want to test dance moves. See who knows it. Scott, you should know this one. You can dance to this one.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to though. Come on, Abby. Show us your moves. Get on the bulkhead. Come on.
She's too shy for that. She's more of an introvert than I am.
Looks like we're ready to go. Thanks for your patience with our technical difficulties.
Let's give it up for our amazing Northside staff for getting everything fixed.
That's heat 36 in the water. In the even pool, heat 37. In lane 1, Adil Lasalle. In 3, Jack Preto. In 4, Julian Mackerel. In 5, Tom Kremer. Lucas Barreau in 6, Daniel Miller in 7, Griffin Schumacher in 8, Caleb Sandoval in 9, and in 10, Paul Mark Schweitzer.
Taking the win with a 46.46 from the Olympic Club, Reen Barone.
Watch these underwaters from these old guys in their 30s. .61, Tom Kremer from New York Athletic Club. Nice underwaters, by the way.
Yeah, she said I was disqualified.
Said you were disqualified.
The official just told me I was disqualified for my crummy dance moves.
All right, Cody, you have 38 in the water. In 1, I've got Andrew Schwitz. In 2, Justin Larkins, Jeremiah Nicoloso in 3, Carson Barnes 4, Avery Turner 5, Noah Becker 7, Luke Clement in 8, Galen Martins in 9, and Christian Carroll in 10.
Taking the win down on the far side with a 51.85, representing Red Tide, Nicholas Yang.
Carson Barnes with a 23.99 at the 50. Looks like it's going to be lane 4. Carson Barnes from New Albany Aquatics.
We're in need
of a time of 49.19.
We're in need of a relief timer for lane 8 on the even pool, please. Relief timer to lane 8 on the even pool, please.
I've got Luke Burnbridge in 1, Joseph Carlisle 2, Eric Livingston 3, R.J. Hemmingson in 4, Steve Fiolic in 5, John Kutschke in 6, Nicholas Chironis in 7, Christopher Fisher in 9, Roderick Hughes in 10. Lane 3, Eric Livingston out with a lead at 22.4, split 50. Eric Livingston, 47.26 from San Diego Swim.
Final 25 coming in on the far side.
Carter Jacobson in 1, Matthew Healy in 2, Max Irwin 3, Murphy McQuedd in 4, David Murphy 5, Mark Andrews 6, Andy Song in 7, Bryce Keblish in 8, Carl Serrier in 9, and Trey Colick in 10.
Coming in first with a 46.69 from the Lone Star Masters, Levi Brock.
David Murphy out with a 21.75. Great race. Come on. It's lane 6. Mark Andrew from the Olympic Club, 44.89.
All right, Nicholas, it's your birthday. Let's get a good birthday swim in.
Grant Sweeney in 1, Zachary Kaplan in 2, Lewis Quinn in 3, Nicholas in 4, Charles in 5, Caleb Lindsay in 6, Parker Hambley 7, Nathaniel Adams 8, Camilo Alvarez 9, and Jonathan Taylor 10.
Coming in first with a 52.96 from the University of Rhode Island, Connor Sweeney.
Congratulations, Caleb. 49.41 wins heat 30. Where are we? Heat 45. One more heat. Heat 47. Luke, you have a birthday tomorrow. Early happy birthday. Lane 6. Ben Thomas in 1, Danila Rozakov in 2, Caleb Rojas in 3, Noah Schurman in 4, Trevor Smith in 5, Luke Hemmingson in 6, Colin Sparger in 7, Carson Wolbert in 8, Kevin Kennedy 9, and Michael Owen 10. Who won down there, Cody?
Taking the win down for heat number 46 at the time of 47.42 from Lone Star Masters, Cody Frentress. Tight race here coming back on the even side. Looks to be small lead coming out of lane 4, but does he have it in the tank? Coming into the wall first.
Congratulations, Noah Schurman. 46.51. That concludes the men's 100-yard freestyle. Well done, gentlemen.